I'm gonna have to do a live experimenting this summer anyway.
Okay, guys, this is the plan, guys and girls, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, Jesus, everyone. Fuck. I'll just cut that part off.
Alright. Y'all's a good one.
Hey y'all, what we're gonna do today is I have a bike, and even though it's cold outside, some of you may have already heard, I just got really distracted. Just sitting right here on the floor is a pair of gloves I've been missing for like 3 days. So I was like, oh man, my gloves are under this bike right here. So I have a bike. What we're doing right now is we're figuring out how I'm going to carry everything that I need to do a quick overnighter coming up here soon. So what is the saying? Like train low, live high, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to start trying to do some camping trips where I sleep up at like 9,000 feet or so, and working my way up over the year as preparation for racing the bigger stuff this year, so both Leadville and Vapor Trail. So this is just going to be very open floor plan, you could say. I'm going to lay out everything that I think I want to carry. I'm going to see how it packs on my bike, and then we're going to see how it fits. And then come Monday when I want to go, I'll have everything like really condensed and prepped, and I'll know where it's going to go. I can get it ready on my lunch break and do it. So
You're gonna go get your sleeping bag?
yeah.
Oh, here's the footprint. You wanna do that too.
Okay.
And just a disclaimer for everyone, Matt and I have different packing priorities. For this trip, he's going to be stopping at a local burrito place on his way out of town, taking dinner with him, making it a really quick overnight, so when he wakes up in the morning, he might have a snack and come back down. So his packing is way different than how I like to pack. I like to put a water reservoir in a frame bag. I like to carry stuff to eat food. I like to carry a tent. He is going to carry the tent, but some people...
Well, I think I'm going to carry a tent.
It's so nice to have a tent. Like, if you can afford the extra, like 8 ounces between a Nemo one-person ultralight tent and a bivvy, it's way worth it. And it's saved me before. I know some people use a tarp, and that's fine. Like I said, like the way you pack to go bike packing is almost like the saddle and grips you like on your bike. Like, everyone's going to be different. Just because something is 100% right for you doesn't mean it's 100% right for everyone else. Someone else may hate it. Like, I would rather have the worst handlebar bag, like flopping around on my handlebars, than ever wear anything on my back for an extended period of time. And that's because my back sucks. So Matt doesn't feel that way. His trip's going to be relatively short, so he's probably going to end up with a backpack. That's all right. Even though I told him not to, but he doesn't listen to me anyway. So you got everything out that you want? We need to make a burrito-shaped object that you're going to pack somewhere.
I have a burrito-shaped object. I just don't know what I did with it. We're not going to count the burrito.
Where are you going to pack Marley?
Marley's not going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just say that my jersey pockets are off limits, and I'm going to put a burrito in my pocket. So the other plan is I'm leaving from work. I'll have my bike packed.
I talked about you buying a burrito already.
Oh.
I was doing that while you were just some filler. I like to cook when I bike pack, so I take ramen and dried vegetables in a vacuum sealed tuna pack, like the pre-cooked tuna or salmon or whatever, and I cook it. If I was really trying to go super fast, I'd probably try like the lighter weight freeze dried stuff that didn't require pot. I also like to make instant coffee, so I'm like glamping bike packing when I go bike packing.
And what I'm trying to do is work my way down to having just the bare essentials so I can go further, faster, lighter. And with that, I can go places ideally, as the summer progresses, I'll be riding to places higher and further, so I want to take the minimum, so it's easier to get to those places. You can always pedal harder, but if you're like really loaded down, you're not going to make it where you want to make it to, is what I've found. And for those of you that are asking, well, why in the world are you trying to go bike packing? And you just put up this video, this really nice frame bag, and here you're showing water bottles in your frame rather than a bag in your frame. And the reality is, I'm going to do a lot of training on this bike this year, and I can't get bottles in and out of the frame bag quickly, and I don't like the way that it feels to put your water here. I don't like the way the bike rides with water on the bars, and I can't drink out of a bladder that's in the frame bag. It's too far.
You need a hose extension. So
even when I get myself low enough, it feels like I'm pulling the water from so low that it's like hard to drink.
Inhale.
Like I'm pulling the water so far uphill.
Yeah. That's
Oh, I thought you meant like I have to bend over so far it's hard to breathe. I'm not packing these shoes, I'm just taking them off. My toes hurt.
So this is my like box of bike packing stuff. Matt's gonna use some of it. This is my platinum. Sorry, I said 3 liters of water earlier. I think this is it's a 2-liter pack. I've found that camping, if I want to cook dinner of ramen and dried vegetables and whatnot, have water to drink, have water to make oatmeal and coffee in the morning. It takes just about all of a 2-liter water, so it's good. You have to either think way ahead or find a camping spot close to water. That's something that I hadn't really thought about until my first bike packing trip over the summer with Levi. He was like, he was way more concerned about water than I realized we needed to be, which was good because it just meant we had water. So what Matt's doing right now, packing his sleeping bag into his seat pack. I think it's really smart when you're doing something with compressible stuff like your sleeping bag or like a down jacket or something like that. You want to pack up. It's a large item that packs up very small. It makes sense to pack it with the bag off of the bike. You can get it way tighter. You can pack it tighter, and it just seems to work better than trying to pack it with it still on the bike. So pack it like luggage and then strap it to your bike. You can continue to talk when you do the stuff.
I don't really have much to say. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just making it up as I go along. I realized I'd kind of fall into the fallacy of like I need to have all the right, exact, perfect stuff, and yeah, I do have a lot of stuff, and I have a lot of gear, but I was thinking I had to have everything just perfect and everything just so and yada yada. And I'm really realizing that I had spent more time reading about bike packing than I had spent bike packing, and it was time to like just start doing some stuff. And
Can I tell them where that movie came from?
Well, in a second, I just realized I needed to like start trying to get stuff done. So, I'm just.
It's just like any type of training. A lot of people when they decide.
See, this needs to be a foot longer. I don't know.
See, that's what's crazy. So that's where this came from. Was Tim Lutz, who was second place in the Colorado Trail Race one year. So this bivvy was second place in the Colorado Trail Race. It's a Montbell bivvy, known amongst the bikepacking community to be one of the lightest for its breathability and waterproofness. So it's really popular. Tim is approximately Matt's height and a little just bigger in general. And that was the bivvy he used. But as we know, the people going super fast in the Colorado Trail Race aren't necessarily concerned as much about comfort as they are about survival. So, and lightweightness, they don't sleep much. It's a couple of hours at the most. You know, when you're going that fast in the Colorado Trail Race. It's a super, don't you have the Soul Bivy as well?
I do. It's a lot bigger.
Okay. I didn't know it was bigger. I thought it was small.
The Soul Bivy is huge.
Well, I mean, like bigger when it's packed.
The Soul Bivy's pretty small.
So why don't you take that and use it if you need it?
I'm thinking about actually just saying that this is my sleeping setup right here.
The footprint. With
The
bivy.
footprint, the bivy, the insulated pad, and the pillow. If you guys didn't just catch that, that was Andrea's. You're gonna have a bad time noise that she just made at me.
I've just had, so the reason why I choose, and I started to say this earlier and then we got sidetracked. The reason why I like a tent or like a tarp like some people like is for windproofness. Here in Colorado and in a lot of places in the mountains, it can be super, super windy.
I'm just gonna hide behind a rock.
That works too. That definitely works.
Like-
But like the last trip I was on, if I hadn't had the ability to cook, I was in like dense forest, and it was, the wind gusts were fast enough that if I hadn't been able to cook in the vestibule of my tent, even though it's very small, I would have been shit out of luck. I wouldn't have been able to cook. Like it would have just blown the fire out on my stove. I've got just a tiny little lightweight stove. I've got one that is like a super alpine stove, but it's a lot bigger and heavier. So if I had that with me, I wouldn't have had to worry about it. But you know, if I'm carrying a little like dragonfly sized stove, you gotta have some wind protection there. So I really like the ability to have that. And like, you know, Matt's gonna have a burrito, so wind protection's not quite as important for cooking as it is for, well, for his trip as it is usually for my trips.
Oh man,
What's up?
there's a tiny little hole in those.
So what he's putting on his bag now is a J-Pack burrito, and if you told me like 5 years ago about this, I would have been like, yeah, cool, whatever, it's like some shit on your handlebars.
Hipster.
Yeah, if you live in Colorado, or once again, anywhere in the mountains, it's really common. So in just one place, like yesterday, for instance, it was single digit temperatures in the morning. It was like 4 degrees when I went to the gym yesterday, and it got up to 47 during the day. So when you have a temperature range like that, it's almost impossible to not have to have extra clothes that you're taking off and putting back on. Even if the temperature is going to be relatively stable, sometimes you do a climb for an hour, and then when you descend, you're a little sweaty, and you're going to descend for 20 minutes or more. So
You just missed a great opportunity to say moist. You get all moist.
you
and
get
then
very
descend.
moist. You know, like your armpits get moist, your hands get moist, like your whole body is moist from climbing. So in the mountains, you need layers, and you need to take them off, and you need to put them back on, and having this little burrito bag is perfect for that sort of thing. I have found that my, let me go grab it, my essential bikepacking gear.
Man.
So my essential bikepacking gear, well, really any time I'm going to be just out backcountry, I always take a real rain jacket, because even if it just sprinkles, sometimes it just gets like, you know, the temperature drops like 30 or 40 degrees from one place to another. So that bikepacking, I always take this. It's a Big Agnes. It's like an 800 fill down tech, water resistant down jacket, and it packs up super small. And I found that you know, some of you have seen like my blog, my Instagram posts and stuff. I have Raynaud's, and if I get the least bit chilled, I'll lose circulation to my fingers. So as soon as I stop for the night, like camping, I'll pull this out of my pack and put it on, and it keeps that from happening. So, you know, it's super light, and it can save your ass. Like if you get caught, you know, the weather here changes so quickly. Having just these two things, like a real rain jacket and like a down layer, It really, really helps, even if it's just for comfort. Like I said, I'm glamping.
I'm really nervous that, like, I don't know, like, I think that's in the shot.
I
We
hope
got
so.
the mini truck the other day on accident, so.
Hopefully we've got Marley in the shot, because he's
Oh,
really cute.
we'll
right
get
now.
Marley before it's done.
So, these are just essential tips, like stuff I like to carry, and this kind of stuff fits in the Barito. It is a tight fit, and that's what she said.
Jeez.
But it's a super nice piece of equipment, and it's not like a full handlebar roll like what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, which would be something like this that has like these little rubber blocks, and it holds a whole dry bag. Especially with a small bike, like this is not my favorite piece of equipment, but it is pretty essential for me to carry. I try to keep it really, really light. I've got a lightweight waterproof bag that I put into it, and I put my sleeping bag, and I put like my rescue type clothing in the end of it in case I need, like if I get like a freak thunderstorm or something, I can grab it out of there really quickly. So why don't you talk about what you just put on your bag, your bike?
Oh, I have a down jacket in here. It was free. It's not a very nice one. It's very warm. The fit's not great, but the price was right.
Packability and the warmth and the price.
Well, the price was right. I don't really feel bad if it gets messed up. And also, my down jacket's not very good. So, this one's warmer. I bet mine packs up smaller, but mine fits a lot better.
You have a Patagonia one that's
It's
a little
just,
nicer.
it's nicer, but it's not. I don't have the right one. I should have gotten a different jacket. I just didn't know better when I bought it like 4 or 5 years ago. So, no, it was probably like 2014. Yeah, like 4 years ago. So.
Got like little feathers coming out of mine in a rip.
But if you saw me pack up like a really cheap cotton hat in here, I'm not actually going to carry that. I just don't know where the hat I want is. I'm actually going to carry a wool hat and a wool buff, but I don't know where that is at the moment. And then I have a light hooked up already. I'll put a light down here. I have Sago light, micro shot 30. We shot a video about that. And then
What's in your top two bags? So I'm gonna go through that
flat repair stuff is here.
with pump.
Pump is here. So all tools, multi-tool and stuff is here. Pump with tape. And then light battery. And my breakfast is in here, which is going to be a Pop-Tart and a caffeinated gel. I'm probably only going to be at best 35 minutes from home. It'll be mostly a descent, so it'll be wake up, pack up, go home.
Where did you fit that insulated pad? So you put your whole, like your house is in your seat pack.
This is my house. I live here. This is where I live. So I'm actually pretty good. Today is Wednesday. I'm not going to leave this stuff. I'm not going to leave it all packed up until Monday. It's not really good for your down stuff to leave it compressed. So if you can avoid leaving it compressed, between trips and stuff, it'll last a lot longer. Yeah.
This is your trade-off for lightweight down stuff. So this is like a super, super thin material. That's why this is such a packable, wonderful jacket for, outdoor adventures. But also it's very easy to cut. I think I did that cross-country skiing. I took a little tumble when I put a ski off into a ditch full of powder. And fell over into some bushes, and I'm gonna have to put some duct tape on that. Which is okay.
We have those patches.
Yeah, we got some patches. It'll be all right. But like we said, it's just like packing for a bikepacking trip. There's trade-offs. Same thing with light equipment. There's trade-offs. Like it doesn't deal with sharp stuff well. Sometimes you end up with patches on your stuff. Are we done here?
Yeah.
I'll get Marley.
I'm just trying to repack my stuff. I just want to see if it'll fit in here a little bit differently, a little bit tighter. So.
Yeah, so, pack and repack a bunch. My advice to Matt before we got started was bring out everything that you want to pack. bring out all of your bags that you want to pack into, and then just start putting stuff places. And then it's just experience after that. It's just like training for anything else, you know. Like Matt said, he read a bunch and then probably saw, just like I did, that there are so many different ways of doing it. You just kind of have to go out and do it, and you have to fuck up a little bit sometimes and decide, well, that wasn't the best way to do that, and I could do better. Just always keep an open mind. Yeah, that's really it. Be willing to change if something's not working out. Yeah, just go out and just get after it and see what works for you.